The Rise of Capitalism and African Oppression in America. On August 25th, 1619, an English ship landed in Virginia carrying enslaved Africans. This would begin a new legalized system of slavery in the newly established societies that would one day become the United States of America. By the 17th century, the term race began to emerge as a social and then later scientific construct to categorize human beings by skin color. In the Western world, it is used to create a hierarchy between white and black people and build unity amongst poor and land-owning whites. In the United States, lawmakers would codify race into law and sanction the human trafficking and dehumanization of Africans, claiming them to be subhuman heathens. By law, whites had the means to whip, tame, starve, sell, or buy Africans at their discretion. Unlike many other systems of slavery, enslavement would be passed down by birthright, never allowing a pathway to freedom. Skin became color, color became race, and race became power. Genocide, displacement, and the stealing of land from the indigenous peoples allowed the United States economy to grow at an unrestricted and rapid rate. Most industrialized countries would begin outlawing human enslavement. However, enslaved Africans would be the backbone of the new United States economy. Free African labor and the exploited labor from all races would allow the United States to become an economic superpower, allowing the U.S. markets to dominate in the tobacco, sugar, and cotton industries. Legal slavery would last for over 246 years in the United States. After years of struggle for liberation, enslaved Africans would be freed in 1865 with the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution. However, the 13th Amendment did in fact keep slavery legal as a means of punishment. Despite being legally free, except for prisoners, new laws emerged that would keep the former slaves and their families living in poverty and fear. The following years would be known as the nadir, or the lowest point of existence in American history. Terror reigned throughout the South and the nation with the creation of the Ku Klux Klan and other white supremacist organizations. Public lynchings became the new way of life for many Southern blacks. The 15th Amendment to the Constitution legally allowed former slaves to vote, but new tactics, such as poll taxes, literacy tests, and violence, would keep blacks from gaining political power. For the next 100 years, Jim Crow, or separate but equal segregation, would be the law of the land. The denial of civil rights would have a lasting impact for generations to come. Housing discrimination and redlining, lack of equal education, and unfair employment practices would hinder wealth creation in black communities. The movements of the 1960s and 1970s brought significant advancements in dismantling Jim Crow and creating civil rights that expanded to many people suffering in America. But with these advancements brought significant and systemic opposition, such as COINTELPRO and the war on drugs. Police profiling and the war on drugs would cause an explosion in the prison population that would create another free source of labor that isn't being used to this degree in any other country in the world. today. Movements such as Black Lives Matter, thousands of grassroots organizations, and leaders from around the globe are working in an attempt to right the wrongs of the past and develop meaningful policy changes that create social, economic, and political improvements for us all. Bad policies created systemic racism and oppression, but we have the power to change that.